Yeah. So this is my sample image. What will happen is, even though you can see an image here, when you run it in the main app, it won't show because it just shows you temporarily on your design design sample screen. So just to let you know that where is the event, it doesn't do anything. So you have to set the image statically in the XML file. So I'm adding the constraints now. I'm placing it on top. So now, so for, as I said yesterday, for the attribute there will be an ID, layout, width and height. So it's same for everything. So here the ID for the image view is image view. I'm going to change it into my image. So this is my image view ID, and these are the constraints, and this is the source, the one which I told you that it just shows you in the UI design screen. It doesn't show you in the app. Okay, I'll show you and run this app. So actually we can see an image here. When you run it, it won't show on your device. So here you can see that it's empty, but there is an image in this. To show display an image, we need to uh, give the image in the XML file. So I'm giving it here. Android source here. First, you need to place image in your drawable folder. So to place an image in your drawable folder, right click on the drawable folder, click on new, uh, image asset or something. Okay, image asset. Yeah, in the image asset, uh, here the asset type is image, and here this is the name of the asset. I mean name of the image. Here the name is my sample. So my sample image. So this is the name of the image, and this is the location of your sample image. So I have some sample images. So let's search for the image. I think I have one here. Mm, yeah. Here I have some sample images. So I'll just pick one. I'm going to pick this. So this I'm going to pick. So I and give the location of this. There's the path. This is the path, and you're going to give the path here. Okay, so it gives you all the images in this. So from this you need to pick the exact one. So I'm going to rename it into my sample image. So here you can see that it's saying that the name of the image is my sample image. So you can search it in here, my sample image. See, so this is the source of the image. So now you can click next. Yeah, finish. Here your image is here in the drawable folder. You just have to give the location of that image. That gives drawable my sample image. So you can see that it gets updated. Didn't wait. Yeah, here's the image. Actually it's in the uh, resource folder at uh, at drawable. Should show the image here. Okay, let me just check what's wrong. Let's check it out. Let's run the app. Maybe it's not displaying it here. It's not. Okay, yeah. Forgot to mention. Uh, yeah, here in the last sessions we learned a mistake. In the image, there should not be any kind of symbols in it. It should only contain the the text only, alphabets which should be there. So I'm going to rename it, refactor, rename. I'm going to rename and remove this. Let's see. Yeah. Let's check it again. My sample image. Yeah, you can see it's showing the image. Actually, what happened is I tried to put it in a in different format, so it's showing you like that. Let me show another one. Extra vector asset maybe. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Here the type of the image should be changed actually, so that it's yeah, you should change the type of the image, so it won't be showing you like this, like it's showing you here. It's not proper, so let's try change it. Let's pick some other image. What's the location of the picture? It's in next. Yeah, this is the location. From this, I'm selecting the image. Image is my sample image, right? My sample image. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So next. Let's try applying it. It's not showing us anything. uh, I think it's in white color or something. Okay, Robert, my sentence. So we'll just work with this. Yeah. So now we can see that we create an image view, and we have applied some image to that image view, and we are displaying it in the screen. Yeah, we can show the image. So for this, we need to set the height of the image also. We can change it. I'm setting the height as a 100 dp, and here 100 dp. So let's see what size it will come. Yeah, see, when we try to change the image width and uh, it becomes smaller, so we can see width and height for the image also. So now we learn how to create an image view, how to set an image in the XML file. So now we'll learn how to set the image from the Java file. So for that, first we need to create the image view variable. So here, image view iv. So this is my iv is my variable. I'm binding the resource to this variable. Iv equals to find view by id r dot id dot uh, my image is the id of this image view. So here you can see, and semicolon. Yeah. So what we did is we created a variable in the Java file, and we have binded the image view attribute, I mean image view resource to the variable. Now we need to set the image value manually. Iv dot set image. So here you can see that set image resource. Now here we should give the id, I mean resource name, resource value. So for that, I said told you about the resource, the resources. So for that, resource, get resources dot uh, get here. We should use get drawable. So get drawable, in the get drawable, we should give the uh, location of the r dot uh, drawable dot my sample image. So get resources dot get drawable. No? Yeah, here we should do something. So what's happening here? It's showing us some error. Let me see what's happening. So we'll remove this toggle. Let's see. Yeah, this is the way to set an image. So let's see if it works. We'll remove it here. Let's see. Yeah, so it worked. So now we'll try set an different image. So I'll tell you clearly again. So first we created image view attribute, and we have given an ID to that, and we have set the height and width to that image view, and we've given the image source in Java file. So now we'll try to put a different image in new image asset. So here I'll pick some another image. Mm, I'll try to pick some smaller image. Mm, mm, yeah, yeah. So I've got a different image here. So now the shape will be none. So it will show uh, exact image. So now I'm adding it. I'm saying the name for saying the name. So my image will be new image. Yeah. So now next finish. Yeah. So we've added a new image here. So there's a new image. Yeah, it's the new image. And where is it showing? Okay, it's in the bitmap. So we'll try to get it here. So now iv dot set image resource r dot bitmap dot uh, robble dot yeah, we'll add the image again. So we'll click new image asset, and here new image, and this is the image location. Uh, and it's not launcher icon or something. Mm, maybe image. Okay, I've created it again. Let's see. Dot bitmap dot new image not showing up. Okay, so we'll try doing it again. I don't know where I'm doing it from. New. Okay, never mind. We'll just drag and drop the image. We can even do it in this way. We'll go here, PC, and this is the image that I want now. So yeah, so I'll this icon. So it contains only alphabets. So I'm just dragging and dropping it here. See, the image gets added in your drawable folder directly like this. So now we'll try to link it here. Dot artboard again. Okay, it should not contain any capitals, so I'll refactor it. Yeah. So here we'll try to set another image to the image view. So now let's see if it changes here. Okay, okay, I'll remove this actually. Okay, now let's try again. It's nothing related to this. It's some other mistake. Mm, these files that I added before this image is starting with space, so it's showing an error. I'll just remove the space, refresh it again. Here, I should rename it. Forget rename. I'm deleting it. Image click. Delete. I'm sorry, actually. These are the small mistakes you should check when you're doing some project. So the names are very sensitive. So be careful while setting the name for your image. Yeah. Now let's run it again. You can see my new image is updated to my screen. So I'm changing the height of it to 50 and 250. Yeah. So here you can see that the image also changed. So now I think you're clear with how to set an image to the image view. I'll repeat it again once. So first, we created an image view attribute. We set the ID for the image view, and we've set the width and height of the image view. We added the constraints to it, and we've given the source for the image in the Java file. So now we'll go to the edit text. So edit text is similar to what we learned yesterday. It's similar to TextView. In TextView, we can't edit the text. In edit text, we can edit the text we enter. So for that, we'll add the edit view wrap. wrap. So now we need to set the constraints to it. Here's the edit text. I'm adding the I'm setting this to the top of this. No, I'll change it to this. Yeah, I'm adding it to this end. So what I did here is constraint top to top of my image. So here I'll set the constraint that my edit text should come below image view. So here we can see that my edit text is coming below the text view, image view. So now in the edit text, basically edit text is it takes input. So we can define what type of inputs we are giving it to it like this. So Android input type. So here we can define what type of input we are giving. So it can be either a number, text, or an email address or a password. So first we'll do it for text. So here I've given that my input type is text, and we can set some hint. You can see here that it's empty. It shows nothing. So we can set some hint on it. Like what hint means is when you start typing on the edit text, the hint will go and what you enter will come on the edit text. So hint, enter some text. So this is my hint, what should display on the edit text. So here you can see that it's showing some enter some text. So we'll try to run it. Here you can see that it shows some hint like edit some text. So when you start typing on it, the that text will go and a new text will come. The text which you enter will come. So see what I'm typing is coming on the edit text. So now I'll type some text. Uh, this is my text. So here you can see I can type spaces, I can type alphabets, I can type symbols, I can type numbers. So basically in input, when you give the input type to text, it accepts almost anything what you enter. It just takes as input and it converts into a string, and it stores nowhere because you're not telling it to store somewhere. So now I'll try to change it into a password. So whenever the input type is given as in text password, whenever you start typing on it, it doesn't show the text. It just shows the uh, star symbol. You see. So here enter some text. When I start typing, it changes into dot. So it's hidden. It won't show to the text. So basically, it's a text password. So and there's another type number. So whatever you type, it won't accept. It will accept only numbers. Yeah, here see when I try to enter some text, it's not taking as input. It only takes numbers as input. So just wait a minute. Uh, Going to end in it takes time when adding the image to the drawable folder. Make sure that uh, the image name, when you give the image name, it should start with an alphabet, and that should not be a capital alphabet, and no spaces and no dashes. I think only underscores are allowed in images. I think even those are not allowed. So better use only alphabets while adding the image in the drawable folder. Now, yeah, I think can start now. Okay, so we are at the edit text. So we'll create an edit text attribute, the UI component, and we have set the width to wrap content and height to wrap content. So I'm going to change the width to 100 dp, so that it is fixed, it doesn't change. So this is 100 dp, that won't be, yeah, 200 dp. So, and here we forgot to add the id of the edit text, so I'm adding the id to the edit text id. So my edit text id, I want it to be my edit text. So this is the id of my edit text, and the width is 200 dp and height is a wrap content. So I can even enter another line thing, and here I've set the input type to number, so only numbers will be accepted. So now let's change that to text because we don't want only numbers. Yeah, text. And here in text also there's some special uh, thing that everything you enter, it converts into capitals. Only capitals will be accepted. So that is, yeah, capital characters. So text, capital characters. So whenever you try to give an input, it converts all the text you enter into uppercase. So every text will be uppercase. So let's see. See, see, just typing it randomly and it's showing in it. It's showing it as uppercase. So we'll keep it in uppercase only for now. Here we set the hint. We can even change the color of the hint. So we can change it like this: hint, color hint, and you can set it to blue color. So the hint will be showing in blue color. And the text, after you enter the text, I want the text to be shown in a yellow color. So let's change that also. And write text color is equals to select color. I think this is yellow. Yeah, this is yellow. And these colors are in the colors folder. I've created these colors, man. You know what? You can add another color also. I think I told you about that yesterday. I'll tell you again. So what we do is we'll copy this. Here, this is the name of the color. So the name of the color now I want is white. So I'll add it as white. And when you double click on this, it will show you the palette. So in this palette, you can select the color you want. You can mix any color you want. So I've set it to white. Here you can see, and the ID gets automatically generated. So this is the exact decimal value for the color. And yeah, now I've shown you how to create a color also. So now the color hint is in blue color, and the color that the color of the text that I should enter should be in yellow color. I've set the both of them. Now we'll check if it's working or not. Yeah, here you can see that the hint color is in blue and the color of the text is in yellow. So now we'll try to fetch the text that we entered. That should we should do that in the Java file. So for that I need an button. It's not necessary, but I'm creating a button. Uh, button wrap content, and I'm setting the ID to the button. ID is my button. Now, okay, here you should use this. So now we should add constraints to it. Here's my button. I'm dragging it down. So this button should come below the text, edit text, and this should be to the bottom. So now what will happen is this will always come below the text view. Even if you move it below, it always goes below the text view only. it never changes. We have added the constraints to the button. Now we should add the on-click activity to the button, where we have to add the on-click activity in the Java file. So now I'm creating a variable to my button, Android B, button B. Here I'm finding the value to the button. B equals to find view by ID resource dot ID dot my button. I binded the value to the button. Now I'm setting the on-click activity to the button. B dot set on-click listener, new on-click listener. Yeah, here we should write the things that should happen when we click on the button. So what should happen to us now? When we click on the button, the text we entered in the edit text should be displayed somewhere. So where should we display that? We should display it in the text view. So for that, we should create a text view. I'm creating it below the button, text view, wrap content, and the width of the text view should be 250 dp. That will be enough, I think. Now we set the height of the text view. We should add the constraints to it now. So constraints, yeah, this should be displayed here below the edit text, above the button. This to the left and this to the left. Okay. Now we can see that the text view is between the edit text and the button, and yep, that's it. We should create the ID for the text view, android dot ID my text view. This is the ID of the text view, and I'm creating a variable for the text view, edit text. First, we should create the variable for the edit text et and text view tb. So these two are variables, and we should bind the values to that. So et equals to find view by id r dot id dot. So my edit text attribute name is id name is my edit text, I think. Yeah, my edit text, and id for text view is find view by id r dot id dot my text view. Yeah. So now, so we have four UI components, and we have four variables for each one of them, and we have binded those values here. Now we have set the image resource here, and yeah, that's it. Now whatever we enter in the text should be displayed in the text view. So for that, we have created an on-click activity for the button. So now we are getting the value. So edit text variable is et dot get text. So we should save it into some variable. So string s equals string, okay, my string equals to et dot get text. So remember, the get text method returns only, what do you say, it returns only, it doesn't return in string, it returns in long, some other text format. It returns in some other text format, so we need to convert it into string. So to string. So what happens now, whatever we entered in the edit text that will be fetched using the get text method, and to that we add in the string conversion. So now whatever we enter will be saved in the string. So now string my will be saved in the my string. So now what should do, we should set the text to the text view. So text view dot set text. Here you can give the my Here we go. Here you can see. So now this it's going to fetch whatever we entered in the edit text here, and it's displaying it here. So let's see if it's working. Yeah, so here I'm entering some text. So it's the text that I'm entering, and whenever I click on this button, it display it in the text view, right? So I'm clicking this button, and here's a text view. So what's happening? And I'm changing text again. I'm changing the text again to and change the text again to welcome. So enter. So it's changing the text. So now the reason this button is blank, we didn't set any value to the button So Android text equals to submit. So see, the text will be displayed on the button now. So once you start learning about text, image view, and text view, they all have similar attributes to it. So like height, width, color, these all are similar attributes. Both edit text and text view have the same attributes, and even button also have attributes. So this is it. So we created the text view, we created the edit text. So whenever we entered some text, it should display it on the edit text, text view. So, and yeah, I think that's it for today. And one more thing, we'll try display a password. Let's try what happens when we try to display the password. So in the edit text, we change the type into password, text password. So here we set the input type as text password. So let's see what will happen when we try to print the password here. So even though we give it in a password type, whenever we try to get the value, it will show the value. So I've entered that text. So I'll enter some other text. I'll enter Jerome. Though it doesn't display it here, it will be hidden in the text. But whenever you fetch the value from the edit text, it will be displaying the same value that you entered. So here I entered Jerome, it's displaying Jerome. So we'll learn more about this edit text, text view, and image view when we start making real-time apps. So for till I think this is enough for everyone. So here, I think all the four things that we learned till now are there: the text, image view, button, and text view. So here we can see the common things. There's an ID, layout, height, and width. This is common for every attribute, every UI component. See, and the constraints for every component is also same. The only thing that changes is for button, we set some text, and for text view, uh, we are not setting any text here. We are setting the text after on-click activity. And image view, we are giving the image source in the Java file. And yeah, that's it. I think we've learned we learned about edit text, image view, button, and text view. And we have a task for you today. Yeah, we have a task for today. That is, I'll show you the task. So what you should do is there should be a text view and there should be a edit text and a button. So whenever you click on the button, the text you entered in the text view should be edit text should be displayed on the text view. I'm telling you again, whenever you click on the button, uh, the text you entered in the edit text should be displayed on the text view. But it's not text, it's a number. So actually what we want is whenever you enter a number in the text view, the square of the number should be displayed on the text view. I mean, whenever you enter a value in the edit text, the square of that number should be displayed on the text view. For example, I'm entering 5, so square of the 5 is 25. So it should happen like this, and the input should be only in numbers. It shouldn't be in alphabets. So here you can see, even on typing the alphabets, it's not taking as an input. So this is your task, and please do the task. So you'll understand it clearly. So when you do these things, you'll understand them clearly. And if you have any doubts, please unmute your mic and ask it now. Anyone? If you didn't understand any part of this session, you can ask now. No one? Okay, then we'll stop this session today and do the task and upload it in the GitHub and email us the link of the GitHub Git repository.